You are listening to the Marriage Clinic Podcast, a podcast on love, marriage, and personal development. Our purpose is to inspire and equip you with knowledge and skills to enable you to have lasting and fulfilling relationships. Now your host, Joshua Mulgrew.
Welcome again to the Marriage Clinic Podcast. This is a podcast about love, marriage, and your personal development. Over the seasons, we've been bringing you a lot of information about relationships, where you stand, how to manage your relationships. And we keep getting good feedback about how this is helping you. So I'm excited to be your host, your one and only host, Dr. Joshua Mulgrew. But as you know, I like to be called Uncle Josh. So tell someone to tell someone, share this on a different platform, leave a comment, and recommend us to more people so more people can be helped. All right. So today I'm unleashing, I like that word. I'm unleashing a series on us. And the series is called Cheaters. Cheaters. I'm going to go from cheating when you are dating to cheating and affairs during marriage, how to deal with them, the types of cheating and all of that. So in the next 4 weeks, we are going to be dealing in detail with the subject of cheating. But today, I am going to be talking about cheaters. When they cheat, dating edition. So this is the dating edition. So what I'm talking about today is not so much about you're married and he cheated. I'm talking about he's your boyfriend or she's your girlfriend. You're dating and then the person cheats on you. What do? You see, it's important to remember when you are dating that dating is a rehearsal for marriage. So whenever you are dating, you need to keep asking yourself, if this is a rehearsal for marriage, would I be happy if he did this in marriage or she did that in marriage? And dating is a time to try and correct some of those things. So it's a time to steady each other and make the various adjustments. Okay, I don't like the way you talk to me, or you're a bit too emotional about so and so forth. So can we do a little bit more of this? Let me use a carpentry term. You sandpaper the rough edges. Because as you know, when wood, or you plane the rough edges, when wood comes in, it's not smooth. The wood on your table and the wood that you use for work has been planed to make sure you are not injured. In the same way, you need to make sure that the relationship, you gradually plane each other to a point where you guys can fit together. And when it goes into marriage, it is more smooth. All right. So as a relationship coach, I often get complaints from people saying, Uncle Josh or Pastor Josh, my boyfriend has cheated. I caught him. I went on his phone. He's talking with this number of ladies. Or I found a used condom here, and I followed him to the apartment and I saw him with this other lady. And you hear all these things over and over and over again. Now, whenever I'm asked about cheating, I use a couple of filters, a couple of things to ask questions back to the people who are complaining about cheating to have a fair understanding of how they can solve the problem, or even if it is worth solving the problem. Okay. Now, as you know, if you've been watching this podcast for more than 3 times, you know that I'm a person of faith. And I normally come from the direction. So my thoughts and views on cheating come from the place of the Christian viewpoint. All right. Because I'm a Christian. I'm a person of faith. I believe in the Bible and I follow the tenets of the Bible. I also understand that not everybody who listens to this podcast is a person of faith, or not even everybody who listens to this podcast believes there's a God. We are reaching out to so many different people on different levels, and I can understand that. So what we're going to do is very simple. I'm going to give you some solutions to cheating. Those that you can apply, please do apply. Those that you don't agree with, I hope someday you will agree with me. All right. So whenever someone comes to me and says, my boyfriend has cheated on me or my girlfriend has cheated on me, for the sake of this discussion, I'm going to be saying boyfriend. But it doesn't mean girls don't cheat. Girls also cheat. All right. So the first question I want to know is, was this relationship a celibate relationship or it was one that was not? Let me explain. My boyfriend cheated on me. Okay, your boyfriend cheated on you, but are you sleeping with him? You know, that's the first question I'm asking you. Are you guys already engaging in premarital sex and you are saying that the only person he should be sleeping with is me, or this is a relationship where there's no premarital sex and I've caught him cheating? It brings a whole new dynamic to it. Because if you are already engaging in premarital sex from the Christian viewpoint, you can't say your boyfriend cheated because both of you are cheating on God. I can just imagine the silence as people are listening to this. So if the answer is yes, do you really have a strong case to work on? If the answer is yes, we are celibate, then you have a strong case to work on. If the answer is no, we are not celibate, then it's difficult to comprehend why you'll be calling it cheating in the first place. You and I are dating. We know that it is not good for you and I, by the tenets of our faith, to be sleeping with each other. But we have concluded that we cannot exercise self-control, so we will be sleeping with each other. However, only sleep with me. You've already agreed that you can't control yourself. So accept the fact that when he is not around, he can't control himself either. What makes you think that he should be able to control himself because it's you? Pastor, you see, but you need to understand this thing well. The fact that, yes, it should be only me, but both of you are stealing. It's just like when two people steal something and then one person goes to steal from the other person, and then now the first person is complaining that the other person is a thief. Don't worry, I'll soon move from this point. Because what you must remember is that in a relationship, the reason I take a decision that I'm going to try my best, so help me God, not to be sleeping with you, and you will try your best not to be sleeping with me, is because we understand that the love commitment must go beyond how we feel in the immediate. This is what people misunderstand. So until I have come to that place where I have sworn before man and God that you will be my wife, no one else but you, I refrain from engaging in sexual interactions with you because it is practice for when you are not around. But the moment I begin to give into those pleasures, the chances that I will misbehave are higher. That is why divorce and cheating and infidelity among couples that were active sexually before marriage is higher than those who were able to control themselves. So if you don't want your boyfriend to be cheating on you, I would advise you not to be cheating on God and on yourselves. Keep the relationship celibate. It helps. All right? Anyway. Now, let me get off my high horse. I know I've been skewing it a bit now. So what do you do when you discover he is cheating? Number one, did the person confess or did you catch them? What does it matter? It matters a lot. It's one thing to say, I'm dating my girlfriend. I went somewhere. Something happened with another lady. Hopefully another lady and not another man, because then that throws in another problem. Something happened with another lady. I know what I did was wrong. And because I'm a man of honor, I come back to my girlfriend and I tell her, hey, when I went on the last trip, I made a mistake. A, B, C, D happened. Okay? That's different. In that case, there's remorse. The person knows what they did was wrong. The person is exposing it because they don't want to do it again. Now, I did it. I'm hiding it. And I am still doing it. And then you catch me. And then I say, oh, baby, I'm so sorry. I don't really want to lose you. Don't go and leave me, please. No. That's another different thing. So did the person confess or did you discover it yourself? That's the first question you need to ask yourself. If the person confesses, as hard as it may seem, it shows a great sign of hope that it can be worked through. If, on the other hand, if the person didn't confess and the person was hiding it, even if you try to work through it, chances that the person will still do it are high because they've become used to it. A habit has been developed. So step 1, you need to ask yourself that question. We're running out of time. Step 2, you need to make a decision on whether you want to work on the relationship or this is a deal breaker. All right? Do I work on this relationship? Is there something worth salvaging from this relationship? That's where you need to begin to ask yourself questions. How did this happen? What do I really think about this guy? How long have we been dating? Is there something to work on, or this is just the sign that I've been looking for that this relationship is going nowhere? So depending on your age and the amount of time you've invested in the relationship, you may want to leave. For example, if this relationship is only 3 months old, and as you know, one of my favorite African proverbs is "Woku krumponye enye oswai," meaning you are lifting it. Then when you put it on your head, what will happen? All right. So here we put it this way. So take a decision on if you want to work on it or not. If you're walking away, clean break. If you're not walking away, then we look at it. Talk to your partner about it. Have a conversation with them. Talk with them. What happened? What caused it? When did this happen? How long has this been going on? What did I do to contribute to it? What did you do to contribute to it? And make sure you listen to the other person. But when they just say things like, let's not talk about it, just forgive me. No, that's bull. All right? So talk to your partner about it and get to the bottom of it. How long has this been going on? How many people has this happened? How many times has this happened? It helps you to understand the situation better. And while having that conversation, remember to communicate your boundaries and expectations moving forward. Okay? You tell the person, from today, this has to happen and this has to stop happening. Then you need, number 4, you need to decide on what it will take to rebuild the trust. Be practical on what it will take to rebuild trust in this relationship. Moving forward, what can I do to make sure we trust each other again? I need you to do A. I need you to stop putting passwords on your phone. I need you to report your location. I need you to start going to church. I need us to go for couples counseling. I need us to be more open with one another. I need you to cut off that particular female friend. You need to decide on what it will take to rebuild trust. Number 5, set some timelines for modified behavior. I have to end so soon. I have barely 2 minutes to go. Set some timelines for modified behavior. What does it mean? You can't wait forever. So we are not going to get into a cycle where you cheat, you come and confess, I forgive you, you cheat, you come and So in your mind, you must decide that these things we are talking about, if in 3 months' time or 4 months' time, he is not reformed. And as I said, I'm talking about he, but it applies to she. I'm walking. So set some timelines for modified behavior. Agree with yourself. This is how long I'm going to keep working at this relationship. And if I don't see changes, I'm moving. I'm stepping to the left. All right. And brings me to number 6, which is the last one. Remember, it's a relationship and not a marriage. You can break up. If it's not working, don't force it. If you watched up until this time, please put in the chat, don't force it. So remember, it's a relationship. It's not a marriage. Next week, I'm going to be talking about when it's happening in marriage. Now, that is so much more complicated. But when it's a relationship, you cheated, you don't want to be around me. Hey, see ya. Bye-bye. There's this particular video where this young girl, I think she should be Arab or something. She says, bye-bye. So if it's not working, bye-bye. And if you need help breaking up, call me. I'll hype you. I'll coach you. give you vim, and then you can break up if the person is still cheating. This has been the Marriage Clinic podcast. We'll be back with Ask Uncle Josh. Ask Uncle Josh, where I'll be answering one question from one of our listeners this week. Take good care of yourself, and we'll be back with Ask Uncle Josh. Okay, we are back with Ask Uncle Josh, and today Rebecca has sent me a question, and Uncle Josh is not very happy with the question, but Uncle Josh shall answer the question. My boyfriend does not know how to cook, and I'm not comfortable with the way he always buys food outside. Is it okay if I always cook for him, even though we are not married? Rebecca, Becky, I see where you are going with this question. Becky, how was your boyfriend surviving all these years before you met him? And who has suddenly made you cooker-in-chief for the relationship? Uncle Josh always reminds you, don't give wife benefits on a girlfriend's salary. Rebecca, you are about to start giving wife benefits on a girlfriend's salary. Advise him. Let me give you a good idea. Get cooking channels on YouTube and send him the links. He should start to learn how to cook. It will help you when you marry. You yourself, there'll be times you'll be tired and you will need him to cook if you guys get married. But my dear sister, going to become a weekend cook for him, you will soon be cooking more than food. So my advice, occasionally you can cook a meal for him, but please don't make it a habit of acting like a wife when you are on a girlfriend's salary, and who knows, you may just be one of many. All right, so take care, Becky. Let's listen. All the ladies out there, keep listening. And thank you so much for joining the Marriage Clinic podcast. Please look for me on all platforms. That is Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and all of them. Just look for Dr. Joshua Mogri. The Mogri is spelled Mogre. And send me a message, send me a friend's request, comment on my videos. Even if you disagree, I always love to hear from you. Take care and bye-bye.